Hello everybody, welcome back to Khan Academy. Genghis Khan Academy. Today, we're going to be tackling a very simple yet intriguing math equation of why 1 inch is equivalent to 9 inches. So let us begin, shall we? We have 1 and 9. I have this little number graph right here. Let's go ahead and just plot these numbers down. So let's switch to a nice little blue color. We have 1, 9. That is 9, 1. Beautiful right there. You could also do 1, 9. It really doesn't matter at the end of the day because the two units we get are still 1, 9. That is 1, 9. Now, if we did want to fill out this graph more and plot more numbers, we would have to create similar equations to this. And as we all know, if you multiply one side by, let's say, 3, then we have to multiply the other side by 3 as well, in which we would get 3 inches would now equal 27 inches. This is a bit of a more extreme example. However, let's just graph this. So we have the 3 right here, and unfortunately 27 is out of our graphing area. So I'm just going to draw a blue line just to signal upwards that it does eventually hit 27. So now we have some units of measurement. We have 1, we have 9, we have 3, and we have 27. Now if we notice here, all of these are single units. However, 27 does consist of 2 separate numbers. So we do want to get rid of that. And by doing so, we'll just be adding 2 and 7. So on the side work here, we have 2 plus 7. 2 plus 7 equals 9. So therefore, our new 4 numbers that we have are 1, 9, 3, and 9. Now, if you pay close attention to this number right here, 1939, that is the beginning of World War II, the rise of the big H, Hitler. So this is Hitler right here. Hitler, big H, right here. Right here. So this is Hitler, who was the leading cause of World War II that happened from 1939 to 1945, killing millions of people, including himself. Now, some refer to him as the Big H. The Big H, right here, which of course, H is short for Hitler. That is Hitler. But right now, we are mainly concerned about the big H, a capital H right here. This is what we are concerned about, because if you take the H right here, we would see that it is actually split up into 3 separate line segments. This one right here, this one right here, and this one right here. Now, if you know anything about lines, they are very malleable, and these lines can easily curve upwards like this into a D formation. So if we do the same for both of these line segments on the outskirts, we would get something that looks like D minus D. But do not let your eyes deceive you. This is not a subtraction sign. It is actually a fraction sign in which you put the D on the top and the D on the bottom. So it officially divides both of the D's. Now you might be wondering, why do you have D over D, and how does that equate to the fact that 1 inch equals 9 inches? Well, let me get to that. Towards the end of World War II, 1945, Hitler did indeed kill himself. Hitler killed himself with a gun. That's a gun, by the way. That is a gun. Pew pew. Hitler killed himself. Oh, hold on. Hitler offed himself with a Glock 19 right here. So he's basically, a dead man. This is what he looked like. The X on his face represents where he shot himself in the head, and that eliminated him. As we all know, X's equals death. Now, if we take a closer look at this drawing right here, which is the deceased body of the big H, aka Hitler, we can notice that it is actually an anagram. Now let's just move this over here for space sake. Now if you take a look, there is an X, there is a line, there is a bunch of separate line segments. Now what they want us to do is arrange this to find the missing piece of the puzzle. Now if we flipped dead Hitler upside down, we would get the X at the very bottom. And if you notice the big line segment in the middle, it is actually a deception. It is not meant to stay vertically, it is actually meant to be twisted 90 degrees horizontally, therefore making it look like a fraction sign. And for the four small line segments connected to the arms and the body, that is actually an anagram for the number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 small little line segments connected together to make the number 1. Therefore, this being the correct anagram to dead Hitler. Now, as we take a look at these two pieces right here, we obviously need to multiply, as that is what the x's are signaling us to do, just to multiply these two expressions together, d over d multiplied by 1 over x, 1 over x. And from this, we would get that this equals to d times 1 over d of x, d of x. Now, if we simplify this even more, we would get that the answer is d over d of x, d of x. Now, this right here is a derivative. So now we can see that throughout this whole entire equation, we did want to take the derivative of both the 1 inch and the 9 inches. So if we bring our original question down, and 1 inch equals 9 inches of d, as we can see, full circle story, we would take the derivative of both sides. As in mathematics, if you take the same calculations on both sides of an equation, it should equal the exact same. So if we take d of dx, which is the derivative of 1 inch, and we equate that to the d of dx of 9 inches, we would get that 0 equals 0, as the derivative of any constant number would equate to 0, thus making this equation true and complete. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Genghis Khan Academy. Thankfully, due to the brilliance of math, science, and logic, we were able to prove that 1 inch does in fact equals 9 inch in terms of pleasure, effectiveness, and personality.